Welcome to our channel, EMT.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to our channel. I'm Dave, of course, and today we're going to be answering some questions that was asked on our different platforms, and I promised that I would get back. And as y'all know, we stand on business over here at EMT. So we're gonna jump right into this. Make sure y'all hit the like, subscribe, and the turn on your notifications. I didn't want to forget that. I feel like I repeated every video, but you know what? It kind of goes with the YouTube platform. So we're going to keep on doing it. We can keep on rocking with it. So we're going to jump right into this video, and we're going to go into some questions. So the first question we have, I'm going to go with Nick_pave_low. So he says, Big Dave, how did you get started and with what trucks before going with the custom Pete's? So, good question. I started out actually helping my dad out. So, and trust me, we did not start with custom Pete's. My first truck was a 2005 Peterbilt that I purchased. At the time, I didn't have good credit, so I got at a very high interest rate. And let me tell you something, I worked like no end. And if y'all think that I'm gonna get on here and tell a whole bunch of lies, I'm getting ready to let y'all know right now, this is not the cap show. So I'm gonna be blatantly honest. So hopefully y'all get a lot out of this video, and I answer, all of your questions. But yeah, I actually had a nice Pete. It was a 379. The wheelbase was a little shorter. I think it was like a 280 wheelbase. It was a stand up. It's the one with the windows on the side, and it was a 2005. So hopefully I answered that question, but that's where I started from. Okay, so we're gonna go to Moto Ziki_. He says, "Is that truck for sale?" What you talking about, Willis? Of course, this truck is not for sale. Nah, just kidding. Nah. We don't have no truck for sale. Well, we do have a truck for sale, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But it's not this truck. All right. So next we're gonna go to 2B74. He said, "Would you send a hoodie to Australia if I ordered one?" 2B, come on, dog. We stand on business. You rocking EMT? We selling it to Australia. I know that's probably not the best answer, and I know it's probably gonna cost me a lot of money. But I'm rocking with you if you rocking with me. Stand on business over here. Australia it is. Boom, we in the building. All right, Keith and a Pete. What is your why? All right, Keith. I'm gonna be honest with you. My family is my why. Sometimes, bro, I get up and I really don't feel like it. I'm not gonna sit here on this YouTube and tell y'all that every day I feel jolly and I just want to get in the Pete and go trucking, because that is not what it is. Now, although I do love it, I do appreciate all the love that we get out here on the road. I've been fortunate enough to be able to build some nice trucks, and I do enjoy cruising around, being cool, and all the love. But some days, bro, it just ain't it. I have the same struggles as y'all have. You know what I mean? But my why is I have to pull it together because my family solely depend on me to be the backbone. That don't mean that, that they can't do it without me, but I am the backbone, and that's my why. You know what I mean? So I hope that answers your question, Keith. But I mean, that's it, dog. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you. That's it. All right, so bow tie underscore thing. Are you building the black Pete, and when can we see the white one? Okay, so the white one is officially done. I have not showed the truck. Literally, to be honest with you, I have not had time. But now that you brought that up, I'm going, the next time I'm in Miami, I'll try to get by the shop and actually give y'all a full walk around on YouTube of the white truck. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and the reason why I didn't really jump into showing that truck is because I sort of kind of have a buyer, but if he has not capitalized on the opportunity to buy the truck, then I will show it. All right, so Corey Somerton, sorry. Do you use the load board? If so, which one? Okay, so let's start with that question. Um, I do not use the load board, and not because I'm biased against the load board. It's just that I've been more so using the same customers that I've been hauling for probably over 15 years. So I have a good rapport with them. Not to say that I wouldn't use the load board. I've seen in situations that um, maybe they didn't have something, or I mean it's scarce, but and I had to call a buddy of mine to kind of check the load board and see if they had anything. So nothing wrong with using the load board. I just don't haven't been using it. You know what I mean? So I can't really give you any insight on which one. I've heard that. I've heard that. I don't really know what it is, and I don't pay for subscription in the load board. But you know, if anybody else want to drop a comment in this question and help Corey Somerton out, I would greatly appreciate it. He said, and then he went on to say, "Well, do you have your own steady contract, an existing customer?" So I guess I answered that question as well. It said, "Appreciate the hard work and the old school work ethic you put in. Top of the food chain in my books." I appreciate it, bro, from the heart. You know what I'm saying? That those comments are always uh, appreciated, and that I guess that would be some of my why. If more people appreciated the work ethic and the hard work and the truckers out here in the world, I guess that would push all of us to get up and be ready to go every day. So my next question is from Tyson underscore Barrett. He said, "Would y'all ever consider running to Canada or just within the United States?" Corey, Tyson. Bro, Canada? I don't even know where that's at. Nah, I'm just kidding. Now, I've never actually been to Canada, Tyson. And let me explain that because I was joking at the first beginning. But I run the East Coast. There's nothing wrong with running anywhere. All right, so there's nothing wrong with running anywhere else. I've been fortunate enough to pretty much run down to Florida and back up to like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and sometimes Hunts Point. That's what I love to do. And trust me, I get a lot of criticism from other drivers and say, "Oh, you're not a real truck driver, this, that, and the third, you haven't been here." Do I care? No. But so will I run to Canada? Not in a truck, bro, but I would love to come out there and visit you, but it will not be in a truck. I promise you that. All right, so let's go on to 48 underscore spread. He said, "Is your company hiring?" Not right now, but when the black truck is done, I'll definitely be looking for somebody to drive that. So I hope that answered a lot of other people's questions as well. A1 Nino, he said, "Is it aggravating docking with the stretch large car?" Was one of his questions. It said, "What kind of fuel economy do you get? How long do you stay out?" Okay, so there's 3 questions in one. Well, let's tackle it. All right, so it being aggravating in the dock, no, not really, because I've been doing this so long with a stretch truck that, I mean, it's just like driving anything else or whatever truck you may be driving. It's repetition. So whatever you do, everybody already know. Like if you do it over and over and over again, it gets to be repetition. But I didn't start that way. So let me tell y'all about the struggles. Real quick, I ain't gonna stay too long. But when I first started, man, I knocked off mud flaps. I've been bumpers. I mean, which I'm not beyond bending a bumper today, but I'm just saying, I'm a little bit more careful and I got a little bit more time, man. So, do it happen as often? No, but is it subject to happen? Absolutely. But nah, we try to stay cool, and if I do bend one, I don't let the haters know. You know what I'm saying? I pull it in there at night, we change it out, and keep on rolling. So we're gonna keep it a buck with you. All right, so they say, what kind of fuel economy do you get? I'm gonna say about 5.5, depending on how fast I'm driving. Maybe 6 on a good day. But you know, um, we got a stretch truck, and it's a little bit on the heavier side, the truck and trailer, so we ain't gonna get the best fuel mileage. How long do you stay out? Well, I'm normally home every week, and if I wasn't home every week, I'm sure there'd be big problems. So we just gonna keep that there. All right. So I hope that answers the questions. So we're gonna go into, I think it's Doe underscore 1972. He said a trucker's job is never done, especially if you run an owner operator. I sure will tell all you truckers that I sure appreciate what y'all do, and I absolutely appreciate the videos. You fellas jam a few gears for me, will ya? 100, 100, 100. Doe underscore 1972. I appreciate you, brother, and I definitely will. We're gonna stand on business over here till our feet hurt. Y'all know my motto. That's what we do. All right, so Ramo Harm. He said, hey Dave, I just wanted to let you know that you're doing a great job promoting your business and those nice rigs that you have representing your company. Keep up the good work. I just want to touch on this. This is a little bit off the subject. I do appreciate that. That comment came from the heart, and like I said about other comments, I solely appreciate that. But I want to jump back into that why question again. So I've never been an internet guy, so that's why a lot of you guys are now just seeing the trucks and me building trucks. I've been building trucks for a long time, but that's a whole nother video. But the reason why y'all just seeing it, because I've always been the guy that I've never liked to talk in front of camera. I've never liked the internet, and a lot of what got me to doing videos is just being able to show guys like a different aspect of the trucking industry, from the custom trucks. One thing was that I used to see my trucks plastered all over the internet, and a lot of people got credit and built pages off of our hard work and what we did, and they never actually gave credit in the comments and say, hey, I appreciate this guy, or they built this truck. They would just build their pages and things of that nature. So my family and close friends kind of wanted me to more or less let people know, hey, listen, we can, when they see the trucks being built, just be able to let people know that it can be done, and that you can reach those goals. So that was my why for going to the internet. That's a little bit off subject, but I just wanted people to know my why for just kind of like showing what we've been doing, kind of behind the scenes. So I appreciate that question. All right, so moving along, we got T underscore Weaver 359. He says, why doesn't the most elite drivers on the East Coast not drive for elite? Seems like the second seems like the two should go hand in hand. They should, and I do appreciate that. There's a whole lot that I can say about that, but I'm just gonna say that we all know that at the height of you doing anything in life, you have people that's going to congratulate you, and you have people that's going to stand by you, and then you have people that's gonna envy some things that you do, and it's not always exposed at the beginning of y'all relationship. So with that being said, I've had several good drivers, and I've had um, some people that was okay. Let's just say that. So some people, it takes a while for them to understand that even though I'm a cool guy, when it comes to business, business is business, and you can't mix the two. You can't mix the relationship. Just because we cool, don't mean that you don't need to be here on time. That don't mean that you don't need to watch after the equipment and make sure that it's taken care of. That don't mean that I'm going to expect something from you that I wouldn't do myself. So it's a little bit more than driving over here at Elite. There's a lot of responsibility when it comes to driving around $500,000 worth of equipment. So we're going to leave that there. I appreciate the question. I hope that answered it. All right. So next question is A__ Emmanuel. He says, how much do you pay yearly on your taxes? Good question. But I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to keep it at this. At Elite, I have a motto, is that I'm going to try to spend it before I give it away. So that's what we do. Y'all watching these videos, y'all see what I'm doing, I'm spending it. So when it comes to Uncle Sam, it ain't a whole lot left, buddy. We washing trucks, we buying new equipment, we balling over here. I'm just kidding, but I mean, keep it 100 with you. That's true. I try to spend it before it's tax time. So that's I think, good answer, because that's the truth. All right. So Idi Dumba 7. Bro, let me tell y'all something right now. I'm not good with names, and I'm doing my best. So don't y'all come bashing me in these comments talking about, you ain't get my name right, this, that. Bro, I'm telling you right now, I don't even get my kid's name right sometimes. No, I'm joking, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, so sorry, bro, if I ain't pronounced that right, but we're going to get right into your question and try to get you a good answer. It says, how does its gearing change from low gears to the high gears? All right, so that is a very good question, and I'm gonna let you know that there's a video coming. Maybe not the next one, maybe it'll be the next one after that, but where I'm gonna show you all about these gears and how they change and give you a full answer. So look out for that video, and we're gonna answer your question in that video. All right, big dog. All right, Mr. James Fierce. So let me tell y'all a little bit about James Fierce. James Fierce. Do I really have to tell people about James Fierce? No. He a good dude. This is my boy Rez. So he's a funny guy. So he said, can you tell me 75 things you like about trucking? Cows. No, I'm just kidding. I just said that just for James Fierce. But Rez, you know what? I'm going to tell you one of the biggest things that I like about trucking, bro, and that is the opportunity that I get to work with you on a weekly basis. All right, so I hope that answered the question. All right, so Ghana dot Nasri. He says, please around from the interior. I'm guessing that he mean do a video of the interior. So I'll take that into consideration, and we'll try to get a video done. Appreciate the question. All right. So we have Timer Tunas, and he says, tell us how you started from maybe company driver to owner op. Question, excuse me. And he said that I'm killing the game. Okay, so I have had a company job. Man, it was way back. So quickly, before I got a Class A license, um, did I have a Class B? No, I had my Class A license, but at the time I was too young to go over the road, I think. And nevertheless, I drove garbage truck. And funny thing about that is I actually love driving a garbage truck. Don't ask me why, and no, it wasn't the smell. But I actually like driving a garbage truck, and so I did that for a while, and then I drove for Coca-Cola, and I delivered sodas before with the tractor trailer. I knew that wasn't for me. Um, Let me see. And I drove for my dad. So my dad, don't get me wrong, my dad is old school, and the funny thing about that is my dad is he's my dad, and he don't believe in all of this pretty stuff and wasting all this money. He just thought that it was just the worst thing that I ever did in life. So point blank period, it ain't even for discussion. He thinks that I just throw away too much stuff, and there's nothing wrong with that stuff, and this, that, and the third. So we never seen eye to eye when it came to me and cruising around in something cool. So that's why I didn't stay working for my dad too long. All right, so then I became an owner op, and I've been that since. All right, so we're gonna go to Smoot Boy's dad, and he said, "You guys still got the red Pete?" Absolutely, bruh. He said, this one is bad, my man." Ain't actually what he said, but let me know that it was cool in the best way. All right, so I appreciate that, big dog. Absolutely, we got the red Pete. I don't know whether you were. We also had a maroon one, and I sold the maroon one. I'm still kicking myself about that, but that was a decision that I made at the time. I probably shouldn't have done that, but hindsight is 2020. All right, so Damon Smith 69. He says, "How do you keep it so clean all the time?" Good question. I ain't thinking about I was gonna ask that question, but I'm gonna say this: hard work. But okay. So these trucks actually get washed at this point about 3 times a week. Whether I do it by hand, um, Blue Beacon. Of course, none of us really like the Blue Beacon, but the only way you're gonna keep your truck clean all the time is you gotta have a in between. So I actually use the Blue Beacon. I try to use the same Blue Beacons, and that goes with staying in the same route. Those guys kind of sort of already know me. I'm not their favorite, so I'm gonna let you know that right now. I can see when I pull into the Blue Beacon, they all stand out there in front of the Blue Beacon and look at my trucks, and they just start shaking their head, or because they already know that they gotta wash it, and I'm probably gonna be there, and I'm gonna stand on top of them. I mean, not stand on top of them, but I'm gonna make sure it's clean. So nobody likes that. They like to just anybody that went to the Blue Beacon, they want you to pay before they start, and give you whatever job and get you out of there as fast as they can. But that ain't what we do over here at EMT. Y'all already know that. And then once they wash the truck, it ain't like I just pull out and leave. I mean, I go somewhere and I actually wipe it down and put armor on. There's a whole ritual that I do after they get started. So we kind of work hand in hand. So how do it stay so clean? And in between my stops, I'm always wiping, cleaning, rolling. Bro, this question can go. So there's always work to do, and the answer to that question is work. All right, so Indy and number 7. And bro, I might have got that wrong, but we here. You know what I mean, brother? How many gears on this truck? There's 18 gears on each one of the trucks. So hopefully that answered the question. Alfred Osoris. Say, how did you start? Again, I started more or less driving for my dad, and that was real short lived, and I kind of jumped in this thing. You know what I'm saying? Feet first, head first. Um, Playboy underscore Zarmi 3, Zarmi 3. He said, "How much did you pay for everything on the truck?" Good question. Um, uh, Probably about a $500,000. I mean, and some people gonna think that's far fetched. I mean, that's your thought, but I'm the one paying for it. So, and I have no reason to lie to you guys, none at all. So, let me tell you how I came up with that figure. So, when I bought the truck, and you have to go back to when you bought the truck actually new. So, I purchased these trucks new. Um, the the red truck, I didn't purchase it new, but it was new. I had like 60,000 miles on it, and so I purchased the truck new, and I paid a little over $200,000 each for the truck. Now they were glider kits, but they were pretty basic, base model. So and the trailers is right around 140. That's just a base model. So you put those two numbers together, and then you put the customizing together, and you right at about 500,000. So that's how I came up with that number, and I hope that answered the question. My next question is Kevin, maybe it's Kevin. I'm not really sure. I hope I didn't mess it up too bad, dog. So let's say, would you accept another Peterbilt in your company? If I build it. I've had a lot of questions about would I put on owner operators. That's kind of difficult for me because of how what's the word I'm looking for? Particular I am. So with that being said, there's a lot of responsibility when it comes to hiring somebody, from them having their own truck, and you're trying to make sure that they do what they're supposed to do, I guess. So probably not at this time. Sean underscore Armstrong 1. He asks, what do the cops say about having DOT and company name on? Oh, not having. Sorry, DOT and company name on the trucks. But Sean, I'm not really sure whether you watched all the videos just yet, and that's cool. But on the step down on the bottom, we didn't put it on the door. A lot of people put it on the door. A lot of people put it on the bunk and different places. So I put it on the step, kind of to keep it not plastered everywhere. So it is on there, bro. To answer that question. So we're gonna go on to Assure Transportation. He said, "Are you running dedicated lanes or that?" So we answered that one already. Dedicated lanes, and he said, "What advice can you give a new driver and how to stay afloat under a new authority?" Bro, right now, I'm never gonna tell anyone not to do something, and that's just me. Because the minute you tell somebody not to do something, they're gonna do it, and they're gonna do it well, and then it'll come back to say you're a hater. So I would never do that to tell you that not to do something. I'm just gonna tell you that the way the economy is and what's going on right now, I would be very, very, very careful, and I'll make sure that I have all of my ducks in a row before I went out and invested a whole lot of money. So that means that I would probably already have some work lined up, and did a good rapport on who I was going to go work for and how long they've been in business, and are they solid companies, and are they going to be around for a while? Because I'm gonna tell you something, this trucking industry is brutal, especially now. So To answer your question, um, how to stay afloat under a new authority is work, bro. I mean, even when you have a little nest egg build up and you have money in the bank, some of us tend to get relaxed and and we feel like since we're working for ourselves that we shouldn't work as hard. I probably work 5 times as hard for myself than I would for anybody else because if I was working for somebody else, guess what? I'm gonna cut the truck off. I'm gonna go in my house, and when it's time for me to go again, I'm gonna check the truck out and get on the road and do exactly what they tell me. But I mean, I wear a lot of hats. So to answer your question, probably work very, 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 very hard. All right, so moving along to the next question, we got Theme Me Kid 1238. He said, "You like 389s or 379?" Well, I actually like both, and you can see that because I got a 389 with a 379 grill surround. So, of course, I like the older piece, but we're kind of forced in a situation now that I kind of had to roll with the punches. So 379s, I would have had to get something really older, or I had to kind of rock with the 389. So the 389s have grown on me. I mean, I like them. You know what I mean? And I also like the 379s as well. Truck Lenders USA. His question is, who financed your trucks? So, funny thing is that Truck Lenders USA is a very good friend of mine, and we've been doing business over 20 years. He actually financed my first truck. I love this guy. He is my friend. He's my rock. He's my dog. He's everything to me. Like, this is my boy, for real, for real. So, he actually financed my first truck. It's funny. So, the way and I am going to do a video promoting his business, not because he is that to me, not because he is my friend, but because alongside of that, he is a great guy. And I don't say that about a whole lot of people because ain't a whole lot of great guys out there. But, they're far and beyond right now. But I can tell you within a 20-year plus relationship with this guy, he is what he say he is. He is a great guy. He's very trustworthy. If he tell you he's going to do something, normally he can do it. And if it can't be reached, he's going to be honest and tell you that we can't reach that goal. So his name is Jason. He's from Truck Lenders USA. And if anybody want to look him up, please do. If you need any trucking finances, please give him the opportunity to finance your truck. He's a very good guy, and I do stand on that. All right. I'm gonna do a video just on that and highlight his company. So it is coming. Jay, my man. All right. So soy knee underscore chef underscore. He said, how long did it until you were able to get your first custom Pete? Okay, so I bought the 2005 and I kept the truck for about 4 years and 8 months, and I had a really bad accident. So it wasn't my fault. And I total lost the truck and the trailer. I was this close from getting it paid for. So, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all see me on these videos, and everybody, and that's why I have a lot of hate sometimes. And listen, by all means, bro, if you want to hate somebody, hate me. It's okay. I don't care. Most of the time, I don't even know because I don't talk to a whole lot of people. But anyways, before we veer off, a lot of people don't know my struggle, and they don't know what it took to get here. So it's easy for somebody to look at me now and say, oh, you don't deserve that, or this guy. Bro, you don't know me. You know what you see on the internet. You have no idea my struggles. As a matter of fact, let me tell you one of them. When I started, I went about 6 years never missing a week coming to Florida. So I'm gonna say that again because that might have went over some people's head. I went about 6 years of never missing a week. That means whether I was tired, whether I was sick, whether my family had a disaster, whatever, I drug myself into this truck and I made that trip. That is dedication. I don't care what nobody say. I don't even listen to the hate. I don't want to hear it. I block it out because you don't know where I came from. So I just want to let y'all know there's a lot of hard work and dedication and love in these trucks, and I have no tolerance for somebody that works for me or around me that don't understand that and don't represent it like I do. So I hope that answers your question. And it says, well, let me hold on. How long was it? Okay, all right. So I had an accident. So let's just say 4 years. Let's say 4.5, almost 5 years. So I had an accident, and then I bought a regular Peterbilt after that. It was a '07 Pete, and although I liked it, it just wasn't my '05. And I ran that for maybe another, I don't know, maybe 4 years, and I got close to paying for it. And then at the time, this guy, his name is Clinton Moore, out in oh, this guy's gonna kill me, out in Kansas City. Bam. Kansas City, Peterbilt. I contacted him, and it was always my dream for him to build me a truck. Look him up. Great guy. He's a good friend of mine. His name is Clinton Moore, and I contacted him with a dream of building a truck. Bro, let me tell you something. At the time, it was only a dream. I manifested it. I didn't have the money at the time. I promise y'all, I did not have the money to build a truck. I had some credit, but I did not have all of the money to build the truck at all. And what I did have was I had the truck that I was driving, and it was almost paid for. And I knew that it was going to talk. When I talked to him, I knew that it was going to be about a year for the truck to be built. And I knew that if I could just make it to that year, that I could use that truck as my collateral to build another truck. So we worked it out. We worked it out, and not only did at that time did I have the collateral, but I also had money at the time. But when I first started that process, I did not have the money. I had faith. And that's crazy, but I had faith. I knew that that's what I wanted, and I worked, and I worked, and I worked. So again, people don't know my story, but that is the truth. I promise y'all, that's the truth. All right, so maybe let's just say ran at with both trucks about 10 years, a little under 10 years, 9 years and something. So hopefully that answered the question. Little Stepper underscore 2010. He said, "How long did it take you to get your CDLs?" Get my CDLs pretty quick. Like I said, I was around trucking for a while, so a lot of it just came natural. And I'm one of those kind of people that if I put my hand on it and I do it enough, I can do it. So it was pretty quick. I went to a CDL school in West Palm. I think it was West Palm Beach, and I went to a CDL school, but I already knew how to drive truck when I got there. So it was quick. Let's just say that. So next question is Carlton.Smith 32nd. So he said, "I have a question. You a refrigerated aluminum trailer. You a refrigerator aluminum trailer. Do you haul frozen chickens or vegetables or frozen goods?" I don't haul chickens. I do haul vegetables, but not frozen. So I haul produce coming out of Florida normally, and I also hauled perishables like asparagus, blueberries, cherries, a lot of imports coming out of Florida, and I also haul frozen goods. So, and Ben, did you ask that question? Let me say this: we are always looking to do better. So anybody that may be looking at this video and looking at these questions, and you're either a broker or a company or have access to goods or anything coming out of Florida, and you need them to go anywhere in the atmosphere that I travel, the lane that I travel, New Jersey, Philadelphia. I don't like going to Hunts Point, but I will. I don't do no Brooklyn. But anybody that may have anything going up there and you want to jump in our inbox or email or whatever, and you have something better coming out of Florida, please enlighten me, because I'm always looking to do better. All right, so that being that. All right, so next question is Daniel underscore son underscore C10. He said, in today's market, would you recommend buying your own truck and getting into owner op deal? I've asked other owner ops the same question, and they all tell me to stay where I'm at until the market gets better. Only asking because I'm a company driver and I've been considering buying my own truck and maybe one day and eventually hoping to one day be rolling like you guys in them nice custom Pete's. Okay, Daniel. So again, I would never ever tell somebody not to do something. It's just not me, because when people tell me not to, not to do something, normally I'm relentless and I'm gonna try it anyway, and I'm gonna try to do the best I can at it just to prove them wrong. So I'm never gonna tell you not to do it. What I'm gonna tell you is the same thing that I told the other guy. Just make sure that before you invest your money in anything, you know all aspects of the industry and you already have some work lined up. Please don't go out and buy a truck. I'm gonna say this again. I want y'all to listen to me. Please don't go out and buy a truck and say that I'm gonna find some work after I buy it. That is what I'm gonna tell you. Please don't do that. Make sure that you at least have an idea or something solid, or at least one lane to be able to solidify the payments, the insurance, things of that nature. You might not have the rest of it figured out, but just have that part figured out so you can say, at least I got this. Especially in this industry that we in. I've heard a lot of horror stories. And you know what? Today, tomorrow, whenever things may go south for me, I don't know. I'm not one of those people that know it all. All I can do is give you um, my experiences and things that I've been through. So I'm not gonna say don't buy one. Just make sure that whatever you're doing, you have an idea of how you're gonna pay for what you buy beforehand, before you get started. And I'm, about the custom piece, bro. Anything is achievable. Is achievable. I'm gonna tell you that, because like I told you, I did not have it figured out. Nobody gave me nothing with a silver spoon. I didn't have nobody give me a truck. This is all hard work, bro, and that's on 100. So anything is achievable. If I can do it, trust and believe me, y'all can do it. I don't have a college degree. I'm no different than you, and by all means, it's achievable. All right, Caleb underscore Lamberis. He asks, "How did you get into trucking, and how has it affected your home life? Also, what is 3 things that you wish other drivers would do to help this industry out?" Okay. First question first. Of course, like I've been saying, I've gotten to trucking because I've been around it, and through my life, I, um, when I got into trucking, I kind of figured out very early that the harder you work, and the more you were gonna get out of trucking. So I guess I liked the situation that um, my success depended on um, my work ethic, and I work well like that. So that was one thing that I liked, and just driving truck in itself. You know what I mean? I liked it, and I felt like I could be good at it. So I hope that answered that question. And it says, and how has it affected your home life? I want to say that I've been through several relationships, and trucking weighs heavy. Trucking has been the ones that didn't work. It definitely had a big effect on it, and a lot of that comes from my work ethic. And at the end of the day, no matter what problems we're having or what's going on, I'm gonna get in this truck and I'm gonna go down the road, and that's just it. And I've lived like that for a long time until now. Um, so now I'm in a different situation. But with all that being said, you have to have somebody that definitely understands trucking in the situation. And I also will advise that you take your significant other on the truck with you and they experience what you go through on a daily basis so they can understand from a different aspect of just sitting at home thinking that you just hold this steering wheel and go down the road, because that's not what it is. So until I did that and got the different effect from my significant other and the respect, then they'll be able to look at it from a different aspect, and trucking goes a little bit better in your home because you're not there a lot. So another thing is that the communication. You got to be able to communicate on different aspects. So of course you're not home a lot, so your communication have to be tight, whether it's on the cell phone, however you make it work. But you have to definitely have a line of communication, and it has to be a whole lot of respect. So I hope that I answered that question, because I'm gonna tell you something. Trucking will make your love life, home life go very fast somewhere. It's not where you wanted to go. Not only that, but your children. So I have very good kids, and they understand. Let's just say that. Not always. I mean, mommy have to do her part, but over and beyond her part, because a lot of times they're just not there. But they understand. All right. So sometimes my girl don't understand, but they understand. So the next thing is also was 3 things that you wish other drivers would do to help this industry out. Bruh, quit taking cheap loads. What are you talking about? We need to stand together. Stand together. Like, don't take cheap loads. Like, literally, bruh. Don't even get me started. You trying to make me mad? No, I'm just kidding. I called the guy about a load, right? And normally he was giving me one rate. I ain't going to what the rate was, but he was giving me one rate. And he said to me, David, I need to talk to you about something. So I'm like, okay, all right, well, what's going on? So he said, okay, so here's the deal. We're gonna have to adjust the rate. And I said, well, why? We've been doing this for a long time. And he said, well, because we're gonna have to start going with the market rate. Well, y'all know I'm a little crazy. I'm like, what the market got to do with me? But that wasn't obviously what he was thinking. So he was telling me about the low board. Again, the low board. See how I brought back up the low board? All right. So his boss actually got on him because he wanted him to post the load on the load board just to kind of see where they would be at if they wasn't using me. Well, it was a significant difference because all these other guys was willing to take the load for almost half of what I was taking it for. Now, the only thing I really had to stand on was the amount of time that I had been doing the load, and it's almost problemless. You give me the load and you go to bed. Like, you're not waking up with a whole bunch of crazy questions. I stand on business. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wake you up, bro, we got a problem. Like, we got big problems. You see my number late at night, we got problems. But and I told him that. But you know what his response was? His response was is that, well, not him, but his boss. Well, everybody got insurance. So basically he was saying, well, somebody else messed it up. They got insurance to pay for it. Please stop taking cheap loads. Just stop. Just don't do it. And you know what? I know what y'all gonna say. It's probably easy for you to say because you got this and you got that. But it's not easy for me to say, because if we stood together as a trucking industry, and this conversation could go way. So let's just not. I'm going to say this: do what you have to do, but don't take a load. I see people taking a load that they're already in a situation or predicament where they can't even blow a tire, change a light bulb or nothing to be able to make a profit. Don't do that. You need to sit down, figure out how much it's going to cost you to run this load. Fuel, your time is worth something. Don't just take something and say, oh, I just need some fuel money. No, bruh. You don't just need fuel money. No. You need to encounter if a tie break, an alternator that I paid a whole lot of money for the other day just because things happen. But all of these you need to account for. Why would you take a load that you're going to go in the hole for? You already paid insurance. You already, a whole lot of other things. And you're going to go in a hole to take their load. That don't even make sense. Just, if you could do anything, equate for what may happen. Even if it don't happen, okay, you won. Like, equate for what may happen and take loads that make sense. I hope I answered that question, because I can go way off the grid with that. All right, so Smiley Joe. It's one of my favorite ones. Favorite album songs to listen to on a long haul. Okay. So, quick little FYI. I like country music. And that sounds kind of crazy, but I'm a Morgan Wallen fan. I like listening to his music. It's soothing. I can ride for a long time and just kind of not skip through nothing and relate to what's going on. But here lately, I have become a Rod Wave fan. So I want y'all to tune in. It's actually playing right now. See, check it out. Rod Wave, right here. There you go. It's actually right there. All I gotta do is crank the truck up, put these JR audios on, and Fat Boy singing to me. You know what I'm saying? So I've become a big fan. I actually went to a concert, and I was able to value the music a whole lot different once I actually seen him in concert. So I suggest that y'all check out Rod Wave. I'm gonna promote anybody that he ain't gonna promote me. He don't know me, but I enjoy his music. So check it out. You can put it on. You really got to skip nothing. You kind of ride. You can get into a vibe, and you get into a zone. So before you know it, man, you're there. So hope that answers your question. All right. So these are all of the questions, man. I'm sorry it took so long, but like, we stand on business over here, so I had to try and get to everybody. You know what I'm saying? These are my questions off of Instagram. So I have a whole different set of questions that came from Facebook. And as y'all know, our attention span for YouTube or any other social media is not that long, so I'm not going to bore y'all on hearing me talk any longer. I'm going to do a separate video for the questions that came off of Facebook. And I'll tell you why. Maybe Facebook people don't want to listen to Instagram questions. Maybe Instagram questions don't want to listen to Facebook. So we're going to do two different videos. So if you gave a question on Facebook and you wanted to see it answered, you could just watch one video. I think that is probably the best way to do it. But, I'm wrong sometimes. So, again, I appreciate y'all listening to me blabber my mouth off. And hopefully I answered a lot of the questions, and I gave some good insight, and y'all got to know a little bit about me instead of just seeing videos. Again, this is all hard work and dedication, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. So you're willing to do that, you can achieve anything in life. I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying, for tuning in. All of our supporters, I appreciate y'all. As y'all can see, I'm rocking EMT, you know what I'm saying, to the end. So I got on my hoodie. Make sure y'all grab the hoodies. We got something very special for y'all coming along. We're working on some trucker hats. It's also coming. I'm working, dog. I'm doing videos. I'm driving. I'm trying to give y'all the game. I'm trying to let y'all see it from the truck seat that's coming up. You know what I'm saying? doing what I can do. You know what I mean? So I hope y'all appreciate it. Thank y'all for tuning in. We're going to catch y'all on the next one. Y'all know what it is. EMT. We out.